didn't quite expect this, so thank you for this honor, which was truly not expected. I know most of this audience know me. Most of this audience have been my colleagues for most of the years. Some of my senior leaders that I've looked up to most of the year have been my colleague, and so I like to say client. So I hadn't really thought about it because this day kind of crept up on me. I didn't really think about what I was going to say until Col Kramer pointed out today that I got to speak 3 times. I really hadn't put a lot of thought into it. I said, yeah, I got to speak today. And what to say? And I went running for a little while ago. I just needed to go and get out, and so I went on the flight line and started thinking a little bit about what am I going to say? Because what's different about this than tomorrow and the next day? The answer is not a lot. How do I feel? The last month or so, that's the question you get a lot. Well, you're about to leave. How do you feel? You know, when you get all the kind of the same refrains that you hear, it's a bittersweet day, and all those things, and they're all true. And you know, how I feel is just, I feel lucky. I feel privileged. This is a testament to a whole bunch of people. This is not about me. My mother gave me a book when I graduated from flight school. It's called Fate is the Hunter by a guy named Eric Gann. Shaking your head so you can't quote me. I won't go into great detail because, as you know, I don't like to speak a lot. But it's about the early days of commercial aviation. And the theme, however, through a series of anecdotal stories is about how fate really played a major role in a lot of aviation in that person's life. And it's nothing to do with the sort of skill he thinks he brought to the table or some other things. It was fate. It was fate that had a wrong altimeter setting, which actually saved them and made them miss an obstacle descending through the clouds at 10 feet. You know that story. It was fate that drove that co-pilot to annoy the heck out of him by constantly flying 100 feet off until an airplane flew 100 feet over their head. Fate is the hunter. In particular, I will tell this story. In particular, this promotion here today was not, it took some effort on a whole bunch of people's parts. And not for that effort, this today would not have happened. So I'm going to tell the story, and I'll be brief. I wasn't in a promotable slot. You have to find a promotable slot. People know this. I'm going to school. The school slot I'm going to was an 05 slot. There's no 06 slot for that school. And I could go and find an IMA slot and get promoted, but nobody's going to hire me for 2 months to tie up their, I wouldn't hire me to tie up their slot. So it was no easy task to find a way to get promoted. I hadn't really thought this through. Fortunately, my leadership did. General Ham, Colonel Kramer, Colonel Schmidtgens. So I'll be right there. Spent a lot of time trying to find a way, and others, trying to find a way to get me promoted. That's the story. But for their efforts, I would not be standing here today. But for the efforts, frankly, of everybody in this room, I wouldn't be standing here today. Because fate in my case has been the hunter. I might have broken a rule or two as a kid, but at least I had some folks there to look out for me. Started with my parents. My journey here in the Air Force in the 95th had a lot to do with fate. I'd applied to the 95th for several years before I got accepted. The only reason I got into this unit, and truth be told, I'd agree with it. I was not marketable when I applied to the unit. I was an Army helicopter pilot. They needed instructor pilots coming off of active duty with lots of hours and lots of experience. That wasn't me. Why would you hire me and you have to send me to school, you have to pay money for me? I'm just not a marketable guy. But I kept knocking on the door. The only reason I got into the 95th eventually for a couple of years is because 3 guys that they accepted, all within a month of each other, elected not to come to the 95th because this is before 9/11, during a boom in aviation in the commercial aviation, and they all decided to take airline jobs somewhere else. Left them with a hole. They had a hole to fill. That annoying guy from Chicago, from the, what do they call him, Fibs, John?
Yes. Yes, sir.
well, I guess this guy's keep calling, we got nobody else. Call that guy up and see if so I'm in the unit. Yeah, I do want to be in the unit. That was fate. Little thing came along called Barack. We came down here. A lot of the folks opted for other venues. That unit had a whole lot of very talented individuals in it. And a lot of those very talented individuals went other places. And I'd be kidding myself if I sat there and told you that had they stayed, they were likely candidates for this command during the tenure which I was privileged to have. Fate played a role in that. So what happened here today? It's because of people like General Ham, Colonel Kramer, Colonel Schmidt, John Gorbs. I can name every one of you. John Smith. It's because of you that I've been able to do this. Fate's hunting me. So far I've been lucky. Hasn't caught me yet. Fate is the hunter. I have to talk tomorrow, so I can keep going until tomorrow's.
I think we get first.
But I'll end with this. I do. I seriously, sir, I can't thank you enough for your efforts. In terms of your leadership that you provided to the 448, your guidance to me and your mentorship of me in particular, you're recognizing that you're going to have to play a special role, and you did that for us. I wouldn't be standing here today if not for your efforts, and I will forever be grateful. Bear, what can I say? It started with you. You've been a great mentor. You've been a great leader throughout my life. I wouldn't be standing here again if it wasn't for your efforts. And so I know you did a lot. So thank you.